Baringo County is one of the 47 counties in Kenya. It covers an area of 11,075 kilometers square and has a population of 666,773 persons. The county has 7 sub-counties, namely Baringo South, Mogotio, Eldama Ravine, Baringo Central, Baringo North, Tiaty West and Tiaty East. Its headquarters is Kabarnet Town. Agriculture is the backbone for the county's economy, accounting for approximately 58% of the gross county products (GCP). The Agriculture Sector Development Support Program (ASDSP2) is one of the programs in the Department of Agriculture, Livestock Development and Blue Economy. It is jointly funded by the Swedish International Development Corporation, SIDA, Baringo County Government and the National Government. ASDSP2 is part of the implementation strategy for the Agriculture Policy AP for the national and county governments.
ASDSP has come in a big way in terms of coordinating the many players in the agricultural sector. And we really appreciate, because out of that then we have partnerships that have worked with us and the many actors that are in the county. We have had KVDA, CALRO, we have so many other players who are put in, and ASDSP has coordinated that into creating the county agricultural sector unit, that is the CASCOM, and even doing the regulation and the bill. I appreciate even the staff who have been working in this ASDSP project in terms of being so concerted, in terms of being very directional in making sure that we achieve what the project intended to do. We've also had policies being developed, the rangeland policy, which we've taken time to look at it, because we know in the tropics the rains times are torrential, we have livestock in large numbers, and we have to look at ways of mitigating the denuded lands, getting the pastures introduced, getting the hay stores, having farmers to grow the pastures, and managing them in a very sustainable way.
The overall goal of ASDSP2 is to contribute to transformation of crop, livestock and fishery production into commercially oriented enterprises that ensure sustainable food and nutrition security. The program purpose is to develop sustainable priority value chains for improved income, food and nutrition security. ASDSP2 addressed 4 key problems that hinder commercialization of agriculture, such as low productivity along the entire priority value chains, inadequate entrepreneurial skills along sustainable priority value chains and among service providers, low access to markets by value chain actors, VCAs, and weak and inadequate structures and capacities for consultation, cooperation, and coordination within the sector. Being an arid and semi-arid land, Baringo County is largely suitable for livestock and irrigated crop production. It is for this reason that stakeholders in the agriculture sector prioritized cow milk, honey, and meat goat value chain for the purpose of being developed by the ASDSP.
Its main focus was to develop the priority value chains, where the priority value chains for the county was the cow milk value chain, honey value chain, and the meat goat value chain. And in developing these priority value chain, its focus was to improve income, employment, food and nutrition security.
So we want to make value and make agriculture a productive exercise. And I was saying, if every household in this county can be able to produce something that can be sold for 200,000 shillings in a year, 200,000 shillings in a year, tunapata 30 billion shillings kwa county ya Baringo. 30 billion shillings will contribute to the GDP of this country very fast. The GDP of this county will be very high. Na watu wetu watapata utajiri ya kutosha, hawatashinda na kusomesha watoto.
The development of value chains included development of value chain specific strategies integrated action plan, a roadmap that analyzes the challenges and the opportunities, and a clear strategies for the development of priority value chains. Identification and training of service providers who were to carry out training of value chain actors. ASDSP and the county government identified and trained over 30 service providers from both public and private institutions. Promoting innovations that had prospects for women and youth.
Hakika saa hii kama wamama tunajifunza sababu wametufunza especially feeding, program ya ng'ombe, deworming na mambo ambayo yanahusu hawa ng'ombe mifugo yetu. Hakika tunajua sisi wamama ni sisi tuko na ng'ombe kila na wakati all the way through, na tunashukuru society. In fact society wametutoa mbali.
In order to increase productivity, develop entrepreneurship skills, enhance market access, and enhance sector coordination, the following value chain specific interventions were carried out. Meat goat is one of the priority value chains in the county that involves 34% households and is majorly practiced in Tiati, Baringo South, Baringo North, Mogotio, and parts of Baringo Central and Eldama Ravine sub-counties. Majority of the goat breeds kept are Gala, East African goat, and grosses reared traditionally under the extensive free-range management system with minimum specialized input in management practices like breeding, feeding, pests and disease control. Meat goats are majorly browsers, hence depends mainly on the natural forages in an environment where the county is endowed with natural browse species, that is Acacia spp, Croton and Prosopis. The saline soil found in the lowlands provide a unique salty taste to the meat. ASDSP2 beneficiaries in the county include Soin Livestock Group, Arabal, Chepsai, Tany Pastoral Field School, Miech Self-Help Group, among others. 1,332 beneficiaries drawn from 35 meat goat groups are youth. ASDSP2 interventions include input supplies, where training of goat breeding group on production of quality breeding stock in partnership with Kimose sheep and goat farmers was done.
Tulienda training kwanza, we were trained, alafu tukajua vile tunatunza hawa mbuzi. Tunajua sasa tunapatia dawa ya deworming wakati gani. Tunajua kama mbuzi ni mgonjwa, tunaita daktari. Daktari anakuja kutibu. So na tunaweka vitabu ya hii kazi. Kila kitu ile inafanywa tunaandika for future use.
Construction of 4 goat house and support of breeding groups with parent stock.
Kama group tunaona kazi ya kwanza ambayo tulikuwa tukifanya ilikuwa training kidogo, lakini kwa sababu tumepewa sasa hii ya Gala Goats, tunaona kazi ni rahisi. Ya kwanza tukiuza moja tutauza na pesa mzuri, sio kama wale wa kienyeji. Ya pili kuchunga hii ya Gala Goats tunaona kama ni rahisi kidogo, sio kama wale wengine.
Training of agrovets on management of pests and diseases and on policies and regulations. Under production interventions, ASDSP has trained producers on upgrading of local breeds with hybrid goats for quality breeds with fast growth rate and increased weight.
Sasa najua kitambo tulikuwa na East Africa small goats. Hiyo mbuzi ilikuwa weight, in terms of weight, hiyo ilikuwa small. Lakini tuki-upgrade kuja Gala goat iko na kilo mingi na tena ni iko na demand. Hata nyama yake ni soft. Ya pili, in terms of hiyo kukua time period, hiyo ingine East Africa unaweza ngoja mwaka moja, hiyo ingine baada ya 3 months imekaribu ina majua. Sasa faster growth, ina grow haraka, alafu tena ni resistant kidogo in terms of diseases na hiyo nini. Sasa tunaona iko na tena hiyo demand na ina fetch a lot of money.
Conservation and use of natural forage, pods and leaves for natural browse by goats. On trader intervention, ASDSP has trained traders on animal handling and animal welfare, aggregation of value chain actors for increased market linkages.
Baringo County is known for the livestock numbers, and we have an annual court auction that really puts us in the world map. But the need is to have a goat that gets to the market early and gets the weight that is required. And ASDSP has been able to get us breeds that are able to gain the weight that is needed so that they get to the market in good time.
Training of Livestock Marketing Association members on governance and market management.
Kuna wakati tulienda Marigat tukatrainiwa kuhusu mambo ya leadership ya LMA, na pia hiyo training ilisaidia. Juu ilitufunza jinsi ya kufanya kazi, jinsi ya kuangalia mbuzi ya wizi, jinsi ya kuweka hata pesa kwa account. So naona hiyo training imetusaidia sana.
Provision of meat display counters and deep freezers for meat storage. And finally, product and market development. ASDSP has done processor intervention through training of slaughterhouses on policies and regulation on quality assurance, food safety and meat handling.
Do now the meat inspection. I inspect the carcasses, do the visualization, I do the palpation and the incision part to confirm that the meat that we release here in Esageri is fit for human consumption, and it meets all the standards as trained by the SDSP. SDSP have really done a very good job, because since the project started here in the Koibatek ward, majority of the stock which gets into this slaughter facility are of good quality and good standard. Before the SDSP, we normally condemn a lot of organs due to ailments, due to emaciations, poor body conditions. But SDSP have done a lot of capacity building directly from the farm. They have trained the farmers. They have come here to the facility. They have trained all the flayers. We have trained all the traders, and even us as the department, we have really benefited from the training from the SDSP.
Construction of biogas in Esageri slaughterhouse and the provision of flying equipment, personal protective clothes, as well as assorted processing equipments.
Also train the butchermen in terms of giving them the flaying knives and all that, so that they are able to have that value chain complete and appreciated. And in Baringo, the goat value chain, the meat value chain has really been moved a notch higher by this program.
Mambo ya kuhamasisha sisi kwa jinsi ya kuboresha biashara, alafu baadaye kidogo tukakuwa na training ambayo ilihusu flayers, ilihusu pia wale wanafanya kwa butcheries. Tulielezwa mambo mengi jinsi ya kuimprove mambo ya stock.
In transport, use of appropriate means of transportations such as lorries with cages and motorbikes, commonly known as boda.
We've seen also the number of goats being slaughtered in the county is also increasing because of sensitization or the utilization of the goat meat. And currently, we are slaughtering minimum 600 goats per day. So this is great income for our farmers because the offtake is really improving, and therefore our farmers are getting income out of this value chain.